mincing the pork.
So you mince the pork.
Yep.
You've got egg in there.
Yep.
Tomatoes, and you sort of cooked it in a bain-marie, so to speak.
Yep. And then I made some pork fat croutons, which are quite heavily salted and peppered.
I like the croutons. I could just have a big bowl of them. Where I'm in front of the television. Interesting, really interesting. Robert, how you feeling?
I'm pretty nervous, actually.
So what have you done, mate?
I've attempted an apple charlotte, even though I've never...
Apple charlotte, yeah?
Never read the recipe or practiced it. I just thought what I've seen on TV, I could maybe put it together and create something like that.
Apple, caramelised apple.
I thought, you know, may as well take a risk. I thought everyone else would be doing the pork. I just thought I'd go for it. They're all pretty speechless. I got the shortest review out of anyone there, I think.
Do you think it's a wise thing to do?
Just absolutely devastated that I've been so stupid. I want to prove to myself that I can pursue things if my heart really lies there, you know.
Give me 3 other things you could have done, just now, off the top of your head. 3 other things you could have done that would been better than this.
My first opinion was to cut the apples into wedges, layer them out, caramelise them, but not with too much sugar, do the pork, and then make a mayonnaise with the egg, the olive oil, the egg yolk.
Okay, just stop there, because you've answered a big question, but you've also... I think everyone here will sit around and go, why didn't you do that dish? Because that's a crazy, crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
Josh, finally, you know, you're starting to really think about what you're doing. It looks quite pretty, doesn't it? But pork is one of those things that I'm finding hard to imagine on a bruschetta, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, but the ingredients were there and I thought I'd give it a go.
Seems to work.
So you're going to put it on one of your menus?
I'm pleased you've done something different.
Yeah.
Brent.
Chef.
Explain to me, you've got pork chop, you've got apples, they're stewed, they look. Is that right? Correct. That's sweet.
How did you cook the apple?
Water and sugar in the pan.
There's something else in there. Tastes like butane or something.
It's butane. A trick for young players, I guess. When it got unceremoniously dropped on the side of my plate after being rolled around, one of Australia's finest food critics' mouths.
Yeah, no, that's horrid.
Yep. It's pretty disheartening, and I just thought I've worked so hard so far. I'm exhausted, and I felt I may have failed another challenge, and this was the big one.
Thank you.
The judges have now tasted your dishes. Sadly, you won't find out until tomorrow who makes it through to the top 20.
Tomorrow, you'll come and see us and we'll let you know who's staying, who's going to go home.
We take everything into consideration. The onion chopping, the bolognese tasting.
Well done today. Good luck for tomorrow.
The final challenge is over to make the top 20. Whose dreams will continue and whose will be shattered?
After a week of tough MasterChef challenges, Australia's top amateur chefs face the moment they've all been waiting for. Hope and dread. Every task they've been set, every slice and dice, every plated dish has sealed their fate. And now it's decision time. Who will be in the top 20?
I'm feeling really, really nervous. Today's the day we find out whether or not we're through to the top 20.
1 minute you're in the corner laughing like you've never laughed, because the next minute,
Good morning, everyone. Today is a very, very big day. This is the final cut. The judges today will be taking this group down to just 20 finalists. So by the end of today, 20 of you will be well on your way to perhaps becoming Australia's first MasterChef. The rest of you, I'm afraid, will have to leave the journey here.
Hey guys. You look very smart, very relaxed. So how do you feel? You pleased that you got through to this far? Yes. We are too. We really are. You know, we've seen a lot of people, so you have to realise that out of all those people, you guys did something really that stood out.
7,000 people, 37 in this room, all hand-picked, because we all think that every one of you has got the potential to go on and be MasterChef.
This is a chance for you guys to really go from here, regardless if you're in or out, and really dig deep into this beautiful, amazing industry. It's not my hobby, it's not my job, it's my life. So I'm really proud of all of you because you've all given it a red hot go. So congratulations.
One by one, I'll be calling up your names. You're going to come forward and you're going to head out that door and face the judges. First up, it's Julie.
The bar has been set high. There are just some excellent cooks here. I don't think any of us can feel too certain about what's going to happen in that room. I have a great life. I've got a blessed life, you know, and I love it. But I really love to cook. It's a joyful thing for me, and to be given an opportunity to learn. I would just love it. This is just, it's my thing. Cooking's my thing.
Julie, what's this going to do for you?
Food is, it's how I show love, and it's how I bring people together. It's my joy. The possibility of doing it for more people, of bringing more people together with better food. That's, I find it hard to express, but just what George said to the group earlier just really resonated with me.
You're obviously a great home cook, and you cook the sort of food that I would love to take home and cook myself and my family. The challenge is that this competition is called MasterChef and not Master Cook. And the question is whether you've got the chef in you or just the cook.
Look, I think you've got to go home and give your boys, your husband and your two lads, the bad news. That you're going to have to leave them for 3 months. Because you're coming through. Top 20, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you.
You're a really good cook. Make the most of this opportunity.
It's just a new opportunity for the whole family. They'll be fine. I have to stop thinking that the whole world will crumble if I'm not there.
The world continues to surprise you, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You almost want to go out there and tell them they made the decision wrong sometimes.
Oh, not this time. I don't want to do that. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Congratulations, you did it.
The judges are now ready to see Lucas and Scott.
It would mean a lot for me to get through the top 20. This last week's absolutely just cemented this is what I want to do.
You know, at the moment, it's one of the most important things in my life. It's my business is food now. I've come into this to learn from that.
Gentlemen, welcome. Scott, how do you feel the last few days have gone?
I've survived the challenges, which I'm incredibly happy with. I had an absolute ball. had the experience that of a lifetime.
We all love the notion of you in a kitchen. We all love the notion of how you work. You're the classic team player, the sort of guy you want on your side who's going to be the clubman, yeah? But we don't think you've shown enough to take you through to the next level. So I'm sorry, you're not forward to the top 20.
Sure. Thanks for the week. It's been great. I so wanted to get to today. I didn't want to leave early. It's been a great ride.
Lucas, how does the pressure compare to top round golf?
It's certainly very different, but it gets the heart pumping. You know, I had a philosophy in my work that if you want to learn something, you go to the best and ask them, and that's what the show's about.
When people ask me and they say, you know, you got a pro golfer, the pressure's to put the pro golfer through because he's got a name and he's got a face, and they say, is he an okay cook? And I have to, in all honesty, I have to look at them and go, no, I'm sorry, I don't think he's an okay cook.
Okay.
What I say to them is I think he's a great cook, and I think you're going through to the next 20. Lucas, welcome aboard, mate.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate this opportunity. It means a lot. Thank you very much.
Next up is Sandra and Eugenie.
If I make it into the top 20, it would be realizing my dreams. I'm all about food, and it's in my soul, in my spirit, in my heart.
Cooking is giving pleasure to other people, and it's satisfaction that you see.
Ladies, how are you?
Good.
Sandra, you look so stressed.
I really want this for me. I really want this.
Why does it mean so much to you?
I guess no one's ever believed in me apart from my husband. And for me to get this, and for if I were to get it, and that would mean that you guys believe in me. And that means so much to me. That would make me believe more in myself, I think.
Eugenia, you're a grandmother. How do you feel about that?
Age has no barrier for me. Whatever I do, I forget how old I am. I know that I've got the energy and I've got that will. I want to do it.
Are you at a point in your life where you need to change it?
This is my time. My children have educated them. This is time for me now to do what I want to do. I'm getting emotional.
Look, there isn't really a space for one of you. Look, you two stand out. Unfortunately, there isn't really a space for one of you. But there is a space for both of you. So you're going through to the next round.
I'm so sad. I love you. George, I told you I want him.
Fantastic. Ladies.
Thank you, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
I have a daughter, George.
She's been telling me. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, come on. Congratulations. Denise, I love you.
You know, I just want to get in there and do it and do hard work, and I've got so much to learn, so much more to learn, and I'm willing to do it.
The culinary gods have smiled on some, but others receive a different verdict.
You were very, very close, but you're not going to be going forward to the top 20. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
None of the four of you are going forward to the top top 20. I'm sorry.
See you later.
The judges are now ready to see Nick and Trevor.
What do I love about cooking? It's a super creative outlet where you can pretty much do whatever you like.
I love food. I love all types of food. I love preparing the food. I love really getting my hands dirty.
Trevor, when you came to the audition, you cooked a really ballsy lamb dish, lots of flavour. It was really big food, and I thought, here's a guy that's going to love cooking all that stuff that I want to eat. And people would travel far and wide for food cooked like that and cook with passion and understanding and a personality like you, flinging it through the pass. You're possibly not fulfilling my expectation, and I'm not sure if our goals are coming together. I've got a feeling they're moving apart. Not what you wanted to hear?
No, it wasn't. You're exactly right, though. That is the food that I love to cook. And if I've let myself down by not being bold enough, I'll kick myself later.
Pasquale, yes, George. Style and substance is two different things. And yesterday was...
yesterday wasn't good.
Raw pork, man. You know what I mean? There's no style or substance there. You did really well in the Bolognese challenge. We didn't expect anything less. You're a warm guy. You've got a lot of heart. But don't let that kill the most important thing, and that is also developing great food.
The challenge is that you've both let yourself down. Yeah? And you've both made some pretty fundamental errors. So what I want you to do when you walk out of here is to think about those errors, yeah? And think about what you did wrong. And think about what you're going to say to those guys in there who are waiting for you when you go in there to tell them you're going to be in the top 20.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you so much, mate. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. See you guys.
You actually see them making a successful career. And I'm both places. I can see them. I can smell them. I can actually write. I can write the review right now for what I'd say about both those places.
Have you unwound?
Oh, really?
No.
I'm still here for you. It's like waves of... Come on! Awesome.
The judges are now ready to see Becky, Julia, and Sarah.
Ladies, it's been a roller coaster, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Sarah, how do you feel?
It's been the most amazing experience. I didn't realise how much I would learn just in this week alone.
Julia, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel happy that I've made it this far. It's a really good feeling, and I feel excited, and I feel nervous as well.
Becky, how do you feel that you've gone over these last 5 days or so?
I think I've done really well, even though the pork didn't turn out too well yesterday. I think the ideas I had were there, and I was very excited that I didn't freeze up like a deer in the headlights. So I'm glad that I actually came up with something creative, and yeah, I was happy with how I've done so far.
The challenge we have is we've handpicked you, but there are only 20 people that are going through to the next stage. Becky, you're not one of those 20, I'm sorry. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
Sarah, you made it into the top 50. Fantastic effort. We've picked the top 20, and unfortunately, you're not going through.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Yep.
Be very proud of yourself.
It's been fantastic. I've learnt so much.
That's great.
Thank you very much, Sarah.
Thank you so much.
Julia, I think in your audition you gave us a ricotta cake.
Yes.
That was amazing. I need to get that recipe. I need to find out where you got it from, but I need that recipe. That was absolutely sensational. Really, really good. At the same time, you're a tough nut to crack. And I've got a question mark over how fragile you may be.
I am a tough nut to crack. My personality, it takes a while to come out, usually, so I'm enthusiastic. I'm definitely enthusiastic. It's just, I freeze up sometimes, but I'm there, yeah. I'm proud of my ability to cook. I definitely want to make cooking a bigger part of my life. I love being able to make people happy with food.
Julia, we are worried you're really not bringing the best of yourself out. And with that in mind, we're all really sorry to tell you that you won't be seeing your family for the next 3 months. Because you're through to the next round of MasterChef and the top 20. You're through.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
That's so exciting.
The judges are now ready to see Melissa, Michelle, Philomena, and Isabel.
I guess as a creative person, I wanted to be involved in something that I'm passionate about. I love sharing food with other people. Food and cooking is my passion.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so this would mean so much for me and my family.
I'm just a mum who loves to cook for family and friends.
It's obviously very hard because we've handpicked all 4 of you, yeah? We've all kind of sat there and really enjoyed what you've cooked and would love to eat that food again, but we can't put everyone through to the top 20. Isabel, you have a great palate. You know, you put together flavours well, and I really enjoyed the dish you cooked yesterday, but I'm sorry, but you're not coming through to the top 20.
Thank you. Bye.
Philomena, the same thing again, I'm sorry to say, that we've loved what you cooked, but it just isn't quite at that level.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Now, Melissa, you're a conundrum. So you can cook some really good food, and then it can all go wayward. Yeah? Do you think if we gave you another year to go and learn and read and visit Michelin-starred restaurants, you'd come back and be a better contender?
Oh, there's certainly lots and lots and lots of improvements that could be made. Lots and lots of improvements.
You're not going to get 12 months. You're through to the top 20.
The judges told me that I had to come in here and tell everyone that I am an amazing cook and I'm going through the top 20.
Michelle, it's a bit more complicated with you because I think, as we've said to a few contestants, there are loads of ways of achieving the goal, and MasterChef is one route to go down that route, yeah? And the other route is to go and do it yourself, and you've talked about doing it yourself. Last night, I was at Universal, which is Christine Manfield, who's probably one of the great spice chefs in Australia. She has an understanding about flavours and spices that I see a little bit in your food. And I was telling her about you and talking about your kind of ability, and she said to me she'd love to have you to come into the kitchen and to talk and to taste and do that. So that, I think, potentially is a really exciting route for you to go.
Is that a no?
Trouble is, she's going to have to wait 3 months because you're coming through to the top 20.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You deserve it. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic. Thanks very much.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you. Woo.
Next up is Andre. And Aaron.
Words can't describe how much I love this stuff. This is like my air.
I love to make the real things. A lot of the stuff that I do is a labour of love.
Aaron.
Chef.
You're a big fan of molecular gastronomy. I think you need to let it go. The spherification of peas, the beetroot foam that you did, it wasn't good. I'm serious.
You're spot on. There's a time and a place to use techniques, and those time and the places are mastered by years of experience and, you know, years of learning flavour combinations and years of mastering basic dishes.
Andre, your dishes have been quite mediocre. You know, your pork dish yesterday wasn't sensational. When Gary asked you what you thought about Aaron's dish, you said it was dry.
It looked dry.
You're not a professional chef.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
So you need to learn to have some humility.
Guys, which one of you should we put through?
To go through the top 20 for me is, like, obviously I would love to see myself go through because I want this more than anything. Not for cooking skills, not for, you know, dissing another person's dish, not for their attitude, personality, anything else. It should be pure reason that I say that I think you should put me through because I want it.
I'll now express humility and not answer that. I can't answer that. I can't take this man's dream. You know, he can't take mine. I'm not answering that question, I'm sorry.
Andre, based on what you just said, Aaron, you're in the top 20.
Yes! Come on. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Well done.
My dream is really the 3 chef hats. That's what I want. Yeah! Yes, it's attainable now. This is a chance for me to showcase what I can do.
You've proved to be pretty cocky, coming in here, pretty cocksure, pretty arrogant. And then, for the first time, you actually did something humble just then. And for the first time, you actually look more like a man and less like a boy. So on that basis, you two are through to the top 20. Well done. Andre, you came pretty close to not getting in, pal. Everyone's going to be watching you.
Thank you.
Next up is Brent.
If I'm leaving today, I actually really disappoint myself because I busted my nuts on this. I've done everything that they're throwing at me, and it's just been an amazing experience.
Brent, between us, we don't know whether or not you're completely mad or completely brilliant. It could go either way. It's a flip of a coin. We each flipped a coin. And unfortunately, you won't be going back to your day job for another 3 months. You're through to the next round.
Oh, you're kidding me.
You know a lot more about food than you're giving away. You've produced some really stunning dishes, and you've produced an absolute dog. No more chances. It's a fait accompli next time.
Light bulb.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
12 spots in the top 20 are taken. Only 8 remain. It's the end of the journey for some of these hopefuls. But who gets to stay?
I might be keeping a mental count of how many have gone through yet.
It's really throws your emotions around, seeing who they're letting in, who they're not.
There's some people that I just feel for them because you can tell they're so on edge.
much, so comfortable right now.
Judges are now ready to see Sam.
I love the fact that you can put your emotions, you can put your feeling on a plate with food and present it to people and make them happy with it. So,
Gary, you've been difficult for us. Very difficult. On one hand, your audition and your challenges have actually been quite interesting. What I'm not impressed by, and I'll be frank, is that I think you're treading water. You're not a very emotional guy. You haven't shown any sort of real guts and feeling for cooking.
I don't know how to respond to that, chef. When I'm in the kitchen, I'm just myself. I've never done it professionally. That's why I'm here, because I believe that I could. At this point in my life, the kitchen, that space, has always been a place of peace for me.
I think the treading water issue for me is a big one. Would you like to have him in the kitchen as he is now?
But you want someone who can cook. You want someone who can actually cook, don't you? You have to want someone who can cook. And that's what he did show. He's shown he can cook. It's just about whether he's got the guts to do it.
Yeah. Sam, then I think probably George and I feel exactly the same way. We'd love to have you through to the next round.
Thank you so much. Can I come up and shake your hands?
Only if you take that hat off.
I'll take the hat off. Thank you, Chef.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. George, thank you. Thank you, I won't let you down. Oh, wow. I can't wait for it. It's going to be amazing.
You're fired up.
Yeah, I really am. It's going to be awesome.
That's right. Now it's time for Larissa.
It's really been a wonderful experience coming here to really encourage me to follow my dreams and not just stick with safe choices anymore, but really do what makes me happy.
Larissa, I look at you right now today and I remember that first dish you gave us, you know, that beautiful crumble.
I mean, that was an incredibly memorable dish and probably one of the best dishes we saw on tour. And the question is how you've moved on from there. I think you probably do need to go and just read and learn and just immerse yourself in food, because I think you've got some really, really, really good potential.
Larissa, unfortunately, it is a no from us.
Okay.
But, you know, good luck, and I hope to see some growth in the next year, and you're back next year. Don't give up your dream, because it's a dream that definitely can be reality.
Yes, you did. You did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. She's joking. Yes, you did. No, you did.
Now it's time for Chris and Tom.
What I love about cooking is being able to actually bring separate ingredients together and seeing what the creation is.
I really surround myself with food-related things. It's a huge inspiration for me. I can't get enough of it.
Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you. Tom, who's a better cook, you or Chris?
I'd actually say myself.
Why?
I think I know how to put ingredients together. I think I'm ambitious in terms of trying new styles of cooking.
Chris, is he better than you?
I think I'm better. I love fresh ingredients and I like new and interesting ingredients. I like to travel and try new dishes. I like to find ingredients I haven't had before, experiment with them. I've got a really open mind when it comes to these things, and I think that can give me an edge.
I think it's pretty hard for us to split the two of you up. So we're just going to put both of you through. You're going to the next 20. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well done.
Next up is Linda.
When I'm around food, it's this little buzz. I think I could change people's lives with cooking.
Linda.
Yes.
In your challenge, you put together a fabulous dish. It was complex, the textures were interesting, and it shows sort of deftness of touch that not many cooks have.
I'm not here to show you how to cook a piece of pork. I'm here to show you more than that.
But we are worried. In a busy kitchen, I think you'll struggle. But from your side, don't worry at all, because you're through to the next round.
Oh my God, thank you
You're
so
through
much.
to the top 20.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
There are a lot of young guys who really think they can win this competition. I don't think they rate her, and I reckon she's a serious contender.
And I'll tell you, she's a very serious contender.
I think I can go all the way with a little bit of luck and hard work.
Next up is Kate and Josh. Have you got the gumption to be Australia's first MasterChef?
Oh, I think so. I've got attitude, I can tell you that.
Do you have attitude?
I've got plenty of attitude.
Food's always been a big part of my life, and my mum and my grandmother have always cooked, and I've always been part of that process in the kitchen.
I just love cooking. I love trying something new, tasting something for the first time.
Okay, Josh, from our point of view, both of you are just going all over the place. Okay, Josh, look, from our point of view, both of you are on this ride. It's a yo-yo, roller coaster, jet boat, whatever you want to call it. The inconsistency of the dishes that you've put up, Josh, it's making the decision very hard. There's a good one, there's a bad one, there's a good one. Okay, same with you.
Josh, it's all about attitude. It's very important. Okay? Yesterday, you do a really delightful dish, and Gary complimented you on it, and you asked him if he was going to put it on his menu. Are you kidding me? That guy's been in the industry when you were a twinkle in your old man's eyes. Humility.
Okay, Josh, there's a risk that we send the wrong one through to the top 20. Only to be really disappointed. So, you know, based on that, I don't think we've got any other choice other than to put you both through.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We won't disappoint you, we promise.
I won't let you down.
Yes.
It's a feeling you can't describe. It's a numbness. It goes over your body, and you just got to embrace it and absorb everything you can.
I'm in shock right now.
I was never expecting a yes. I just went in there with, you know.
It's been a long and tense day, and now we've only got 2 spots left in the competition. Next up is Justine and Alexandra.
So emotional at the thought of everyone coming in and myself being left basically down to the last 4, so it's nerve-wracking.
It's been a dream for me since I was a little kid, since I could remember. I know I've done different things in my life, and I know that this is what I want to do for sure. It always comes back to food for me.
Alexandra, you're undoubtedly a very strong and passionate woman. You are in the industry, and so you have a connection with food. I think where we have a problem is there's a gap between the reality of where you are now and your ability. And for that reason, unfortunately, we can't put you through to the top 20 with MasterChef.
Thank you. But I've enjoyed my time here immensely. I've learnt a lot.
Matt, I've really, and now I'm going to tear up, I've really admired and appreciated what you have brought to this the last week. I thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Justine, you did cook a fantastic dish to start off with. It won me over because it was just really honest, and I was impressed. The pork, however, was a real letdown. It was basic, and you need to do more. So we're giving you the opportunity to prove that you can give us that. So, Justine, you're going through to the top 20. Congratulations.
No. Oh, you're joking.
You sure?
I just said it.
Okay. That's awesome. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It's okay to cry, you know that, don't you?
No, I don't want to cry. I'm not gonna cry.
Congratulations. Go through.
Thank you. I've just got this dream that I've always wanted to open a little French bistro. It can happen, you know, it can finally happen.
Well done. I'm so proud of you.
Now, as you all know, you've all done the maths. There's 2 people left to go and see the judges. It's Poe and Alex.
I've had a good experience. We've done all that we can, so whatever happens from here, there's nothing I can do to change it.
What I love so much about cooking is that it reminds us about how we're connected to the earth. So it kind of has that connection to your environment.
Alex, Poe, tough week, long day. From 7,000 people, we're down to the U2. 19 people have been put through to the top 20. There's 1 place left.
Well, Poe, we get touches of interest and brilliance. Your audition was a yin and yang of 2 completely opposing forces. You did a horrible chicken with some oily concoction that we refused to taste. You went away and cooked a family recipe that turned out to be possibly the best dish of the whole audition tour. Brilliant.
Alex, I actually like you. You're a good guy. You're that suburban restaurant that I always drive by and never go in.
Alex, consistency is a really good thing to have. Poe, your restaurant I could go in, it could be disastrous one day. Yeah? Disastrous. And maybe next day it could be brilliant. It's the reviewer's worst nightmare. But we're looking for Australia's first MasterChef. And Australia's first MasterChef has to have that kind of genius that sometimes fails and sometimes succeeds amazingly. And so that's why, Poe, you're all through to the top 20, and Alex, I'm sorry to say, you're not. Congratulations, Poe.
Up for an amazing journey. I feel like I'm just standing on the edge of a precipice and pretty crazy.
Coming up this week on MasterChef.
This is not going to be a normal day.
The top 20 get down to business.
This is Premier League. This is where it all happens.
As they move into their new home.
This is the boys' room.
Their new state-of-the-art kitchen.
This is where the competition starts. It's where you live and die.
And face a new pressure.
It's crazy.
As the country's best amateur chefs are put to the test.
We all know that everyone here can cook, and the question is, can you actually do it in this environment?
And it all leads to their very first elimination as 20 become 19.
It will be up to you to decide whose dream ends today.
Who will stay in the race to become Australia's first ever MasterChef?